Hi, happy St. Patrick's Day. Today is March the 17th, 2021, and I wanted to read to you today for this day from the Pilgrim's Almanac by Edward Hayes. And those of you who know me will have heard some of these daily devotionals already. So this one, I like St. Patrick's because I know a little more about him than probably most people. I've watched a couple documentaries about him. So this devotional has a paragraph that's spot on. This was actually published in 1989, so keep that in mind. So this devotional for St. Patrick's Day, actually let me read the actual little devotional here for the 17th. It says, Feast of St. Patrick of Ireland, patron saint of the Erin Isle. This pre-spring ritual of feasting, parading, and wearing the green is a sign of the end of winter. St. Patrick was known to stand in ice water up to his armpits while reciting all 150 psalms by heart. He is also known for introducing the Easter fire into the ritual of Easter. Okay, so you can take that with a grain of salt or investigate it, whatever. I don't know if you can tell, but I am wearing a green. This is the only green I have, by the way, and kind of greenish, more of blue, but anyway, I tried. So this little, from time to time in this book, they have a lengthier description and devotion for that day. So this one is called Shenanigans. On St. Patrick's Day, the wee folk, led by leprechauns by the thousands, head the parade of rejoicing that is so much a part of this green and glorious feast of Ireland's great saint. The feast is not only an occasion for parades and parties, but also for some shenanigans, for mischief and pranks. The word is a shortened form of an Irish blessing or invocation. Shenanigans. So that's spelled S-H-E-E, and then a second word, N-A-N-N-A, and then the third word is G-A-S-N-E. So I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, because of course I'm going from shenanigan, so shenanigans. And this is, quote, the she are rattling the dishes, end of quote. The she were invisible fairy folk who very much were in control of Ireland before the coming of Christians. And as the blessing implies, they were very fond of mischief. The purpose of such spirited pranks as making tables tap dance and causing pots and pans to prance was to teach humans some humility. And actually just reading this is teaching humility, because that alliteration just will tie your tongue. When any unexplainable events happened in the house, the Irish would pronounce the blessing invocation, shenanigans. It was both a polite greeting to the wee folk and a gentle invitation for them to leave. For although the pranks of the wee folk were reverent reminders to humans that they were not in total control of their lives, no one wanted the invisible visitors to be permanent house guests. We are all a bit reluctant to accept the gift of humility. Yet, humility is the rich soil out of which grows the rose of holiness. Certainly, it was the bedrock of the holiness of Jesus, who took upon himself our sins and our shameful shenanigans that caused so much pain in the world. This virtue of humility is often misunderstood, but perhaps the wee folk were agents of true humility when they reminded humans of their lack of control over their lives or even their pots and pans. Listen carefully now. Today's technology can easily give us a sense of false pride. It creates the impression that we are secure in our ability to manage our environments and our daily lives. But with or without the help of the wee folk, we need to learn the wisdom of insecurity, the value of embracing with humble trust our lack of total control. Our age has a lust for security, which expresses itself in countless types of insurance and protection policies. While to a certain extent all these are good and necessary, they can easily produce a false sense of security. And that illusion can blind us to the need to place our dependence not upon modern safety nets, but rather upon the love of an ever-caring and compassionate God. The St. Patrick's Day Parade, animated by the spirit of mischievous fairy folk, is an overture to Good Friday's Passion Parade. As Jesus carried his cross up the hill of Calvary, he was painfully aware that every source of security, even the support of good friends and disciples, had been stripped away from him. He who was so much the master of the various events of his life was now totally dependent upon the love and protection of God. In his humility, he embraced that reality with as firm a grip as the grip the cross had upon his limbs. The next time we find ourselves feeling very safe and comfortable, fortified by our various systems of support and security, while we should feel grateful for all of them, from our health insurance to the lock on the front door, perhaps we should also pronounce an invocation. Looking our illusion of security straight in the eye, we could say, shenanigans, or more simply, we're not fooled by your shenanigans. In God alone do we trust. And so I'll make this personal. Maybe you want to as well. I look the illusion of security straight in the eye and I say, shenanigans. I am not fooled by your shenanigans. In God alone do I trust. And this is awesome how it applies to today's situation, talking about today's technology giving us a sense of false pride. And again, this was written in 1989. That's how they felt then. How much more do we feel that now? And so I just want to encourage you to ask yourself, do you have a lust for security that expresses itself in countless types of insurance and protection policies and vaccines and face masks and all that other stuff? So, thanks for listening, and may the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you. The Lord be gracious unto you and give you peace. Have a blessed St. Patrick's Day, and this actually keeps going on till Easter. So the Lord be with you. Awahe. See you next time.